I put together this video demonstrating exercises at the gym where you can apply the upper inner thigh technique. Now, applying this technique is going to help you hold better alignment during your workouts. Therefore, your low back and hips will be safe. It also lets you get max muscle activation since your stabilizers are being fired up and they support your larger muscles. And also you will be strengthening your pelvic floor as you're going through your workout routine. Now remember, you can apply this technique to any other exercise, workout, or routine you may feel fit for it. And I hope you enjoy these tips and tricks and you try it for your next workout.
Let's get started with this gym adventure. We start with the thrust machine and misalignment. I have Madi working on the machine and her upper inner thighs are not engaged. Her knees are slightly out. There's no inner thigh activation, no hamstring, no glute activation. We switch it up by using the block. And we place the block in between the upper inner thighs and immediately you start to see her tremble. Her thighs start to tremble, her inner thighs start to tremble, her hamstrings are popping more, her glutes are working much more. And once again, you can't deny those shakes and those trembles. She obviously feel it. We went for another round just to continue to practice and so I can really bring her into good awareness. Once again, the second round, there's even more trembling, more muscle activation. We're going to try without the block and see how she does. No block, still the alignment of the legs are much nicer, more in line, and you can see now the muscles are firing. Up next, we have simple glute bridges, except we correct them with the yoga block in between the upper inner thigh. Once again, this block in between the inner thigh really helps you do a couple of things. Align your thigh bones, keeping your hips nice and safe, works your inner thighs, fires up a lot of glute muscles. I took the block out so you can see how it looks without the block. I didn't add weight, but you could add weights to this. I just chose not to. On the single leg, you still apply the same technique where the inner thighs are pressing towards each other, especially both the inner thighs. You can't slack on one and the other. They both need to be drawing in towards the center. This is going to enhance your glute game. I added stiff leg deadlifts because I get to place my legs in a narrow position, which allows me to practice that alignment and engagement with the block in the upper inner thigh. So I get a few rounds in here with that yoga block, squeezing the thighs towards it so I can become aware of my alignment and my upper inner thigh engagement. I'm going to go ahead and remove the yoga block, but maintain that awareness of engagement. And one thing I noticed immediately here in this video is that my range opens up much more with that upper inner thigh squeeze. My glutes are firing, hamstrings firing, legs are working, back looks great. This is a simple and quick correction at the leg extension machine. I will see a lot of people doing it without the upper inner thigh engagement. As you see me here, the legs are a little bit more open apart, or the thighs are a little more open apart. What I do here is I draw my thighs, my legs, my feet, my everything in narrow. And I hold that upper inner thigh tension for much better engagement in quads. Weighted lunges. And this is where I see a lot of misalignment. I'm going to try to go over this quickly, but I do have a blog just on lunges. Here, my upper inner thighs are not engaged. There's more of like that gap space in between the upper inner thighs, which really limits my range of motion and my glute activation. I'm going to switch that up completely. You're going to see me tune it up. I went ahead and squeezed and internally rotated a little bit my back leg. And as you can tell, the upper inner thigh gap starts to close up a little bit. Immediately, you're going to see that my hip hinge changes a lot. I can drive my glute back much more. This is because the femur is in proper alignment due to that gentle tightening of the upper inner thighs. This is game changer. Intensifying the workout with the alignment. Up next, we have cable kickbacks. I have Madi demonstrating the first round of misalignment. Her right hip immediately hikes up, and that is from lack of right upper inner thigh tension towards that left inner thigh. I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to cue her to correct this. I cued her to squeeze her right inner thigh towards her left inner thigh as she's kicking back and to try to maintain that alignment on the right hip. You can see her glute max immediately start to pop, working much better and maintaining that proper alignment. I went ahead and jumped in to demonstrate a little bit more. I've worked on this quite a bit, so my leg extension is really locked into a good place, but I'm still practicing that nice right upper inner thigh squeeze towards the left, maintaining that right stable hip and that nice glute kickback or leg. I definitely didn't want to leave out core. In this one, I'm doing vertical leg lifts and I'm still applying the same techniques of upper inner thigh tension. Here, I'm completely connecting my knees and getting my knee highs and my straight leg lifts with that upper inner thigh connection and knee connection. Don't forget to apply this. You're going to level up your deep core abdominal muscles. I'm going to go over planks very quickly. I do have a blog on planks and I will link that up in the video description here, but I call them perfected planks and you can practice with the block in between the inner thighs to get an incredible deep core activation. Thank you for watching. I hope you got some good tips in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on your notifications.